Alright, I'm working on the NR6 again today, the reduction gear motor, and we're going to do a few things. Here's the piston. I was able to get the piston, I was able to get the rings out. The top ring, it was broken like I suspected, I seen it, so I had to buy a new set of rings and we're waiting for that. But while we're waiting for that, I cleaned this up and I guess we can work on the crank. I don't have much time to make a video, but we'll work on this engine. But there's a few things you can do just to make things easier down the road. Like maybe clean the spark plug and gap it and check the condenser. And one thing I wanted to do was this plate. Well, you know what? Let me throw you guys up on a tripod. That way I got two hands. All right, hold on. All right. Yeah, let's start with the piston here. Yeah, I cleaned it up real nice, and I'm glad because I tried and I wouldn't be able to replace this piston, and it actually looks very good. But here are the rings, and like I said, I took them off, but these rings here, these were the top rings, and they were cracked right where I thought they were. You could tell by the angle that this one was on, and it was sort of bulged, so that didn't belong there. And then the other one belonged there, but when I took them out, they were cracked. So like I say, they're nothing, they're garbage. And I was able to save these two, but I was able to get the rings. They're in the mail. They're on their way. And here's what was holding the wrist pin in. Somebody had made this. I guess I guess anything. Well, I don't know. If that fell out, you'd be in trouble. But anyway, I even picked up a couple of them. It's funny how much of this old stuff is still available. You can actually see how bent and twisted that one is. This is what it should look like, and this is what that one. Although I could have bent that and used that and made it usable, but they're available, so I got a new set. All right, don't lose them, Bird King. Alright, so that's where we're at with the piston. We're doing good with that. Now with the crankshaft, get this out of the way. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Alright, with the crankshaft is marred. I wouldn't say it's damaged. It's very light scoring on here, and I'm going to clean it up. I don't want to take any metal off it. I'm going to clean it up with a Scotch-Brite, and we're going to use it. We have no choice. This is a very rare crankshaft. You can see. I bet you. No, I guess you couldn't because you got the gear. But anyway, you see the way it's just cut off here? It's a little stub. This is specific to this engine, the gear reduction. But what I didn't like is here's the connecting rod. And the inside of the connecting rod, it looks good and feels good and everything like that. But seems to be egg-shaped. Let me bolt it on there for you and show you. Alright, I bolted the rod up for you here, and it spins on here nice. That would work. And even if I put it back together the way it would work. It has play there. It has side play, which is okay. But what I didn't like is, it's loose this way. And you can feel a little bit. You guys probably can't see it, but when you pull in and out on it, it has a little bit of play. So what we'll do is we'll file that connecting rod down a little bit and then ream it out and make it a nice fit. All right, where we're gonna go now? All right. Yeah, I was gonna clean and gap the plug, and I went to take the cap off here, and I've never seen this before. It came right out of the spark plug, so it would have worked. I'm sure it'll still work. I mean, it has contact, but I was looking around and I had an old J8 here. It needs to be cleaned up, but looks like it was burning good. So we'll clean this one up and gap it and get that ready to go. We got the condenser here too. It has some kind of residue up top here, you know, but almost like a shellac. And I don't think it's coming from the capacitor here. I think it was coming from that gasket that was sitting above it. So although it looks like it's bad, let's give it a try. I'll turn this around to you guys. There we go. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not because of the glare, but let's check it out. It should be about 0.22. Let me see. 0.23. All right, that's fine. See, it's not fluctuating or anything, so the capacitor's fine. That was me. That was me messing with that. I don't know what's causing that. I'll have to look at that a little better. But if that's no good, we'll replace that. Should be good. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Alright, let me dick around with that a little bit. And if that's no good, we'll replace it. But the way it looks now, it looks like it's good. Alright, shut that off. And what we're going to do now is, here's that plate, the identification plate. You know, it says actually NR6 and it has the serial number and the type and everything. And it was broke, and what somebody did, they did a good thing. They covered it with plastic and tried to preserve it, and they did. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and solder, whereas the English say over there solder, and the Australians say solder. I'm going to bust open this piece of, I don't know what that is. It looks like maybe half inch copper. I'm going to put a slice in it and then open it up because I don't have any sheet copper around. So I'll make a piece of flat sheet and we'll solder it to the back here and see if that works, see if that helps. So that's what we're going to do today. Alright, let's clean this up and clean up this table here. Alright, I slit this piece of tubing down the middle. I use my little diamond wheel here. I mean, it's not pretty, but once we open it up and flatten it out, it'll look okay. Alright, let me cut that off and we'll take it out of there. Alright, I'm going to clean the end off here. Get rid of some of that rough stuff. Alright, I'll go away, I'll be right back. Alright, we'll clean that up. I still got to take it over there and hit it with the wire wheel, maybe a little sandpaper, clean all that corrosion off. But it should work out well. It doesn't look it, but let me get my glasses so I can see it. Alright. Yeah, I was worried about the bend in the pipe, because I know I wasn't going to be able to cut that perfect, but there's going to be just enough material for this, and then we'll just cut around the edges. So let me go clean the back of this off and then clean that off. Alright, I tinned a piece of copper here and came out pretty good. But I tried tinning the brass and only had moderate success. But I think it's still going to work. So let me tin this piece and then we'll put them together and see if we can melt them together. Alright, yeah, I had a little more success with this side here. It was a little faster and didn't burn off as much flux. I think I called it corrosion earlier. It's just oxidation. Alright, I'm gonna take us over the wire wheel and brighten that up. Same with that. That'll get some of the high spots off. And then we'll try and heat these together. Alright, let's see what happens here. We got 8 huge heat sinks all around there, so we don't know. Hopefully it works. Not see anything melting yet. There we go. I think I see something. Yep. The clamps are lightening up. That means it's crushing. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I think it might be working. I see some solder oozing out. Alright, all we gotta do is wait and see now. Let that tighten up. I guess I could always get some solder and just go around the edges if I have to. Alright, let that cool off and then we'll see what it looks like. Alright, yeah, that's actually turned out pretty well, man. That's on there solid. Now let me cut this edge off here and take it over to the sander and clean that up and maybe even polish it. And that should look pretty good. I was worried about some of the solder getting on the front here and oozing up. You know, I would have had to hit it on a wire wheel, but we didn't get any there. So I'm just going to polish that. It should look good. Now let me clean it up a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. I'm going to hit that with the file on the back, and then we'll try polishing it. Alright, I got this ratty old grinder buffer, probably about 60, 70 years old. It was my dad's, but it does the job. So let's see. Well, you need a buffing wheel, and some rouge, they call this, and should clean it up pretty good. Let's see. looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Let me clean it up a little more. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but coming out nice. That's it. Could put another buffing wheel on this other side here without the rouge, and it'll polish it up. Or you can just hit it with a rag, like we're doing here. And wow, what do you think of that, huh? I'm liking it. Okay, you already drilled the holes in it, and yeah, I like the way it came out. And nobody would know by looking at it, because it actually sealed. I'm trying to get close to you here. Actually sealed on every edge. All them vice grips helped, and the only place it didn't seal completely was on the bottom here, and the inside. That'll be inside towards the engine. So anybody looking at it is going to see this side, the top, this side, and this side, and they'll never know. The only way you can tell this was ever fixed is because there's a crack across the face here, and it looks like right here it was about to crack again, so we saved it just in time. Alright, I'm liking it. Alright, let's clean that spark plug up, and it's a little twisted, but we'll straighten it out when it goes on the housing. Alright, let's clean that spark plug up and get out of here. Alright, yeah, I cleaned this spark plug up a little bit, and let's gap it now. I think the gap on these old plugs is 25 thousandths. Somebody knows better, let me know. Alright, yeah, that's about it right there. 25 thousandths. Alright. Like I say, if somebody knows something different, let me know. Go check it. Alright, I guess that's enough for this one. Alright, see you guys later.